Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel, Joy of the World. I am your reader, Melissa Joy. Now, this week's themes is about blessed, not stressed. Are you excited about that? I sure am. It's wild how I kind of been working in what would seem like an illogical manner of going from miracles to healing to the blessed, not stressed. But really, there's some sort of magic going on here. Maybe we're coming from the belly outward. But it shows a sense of, look at what we have coming in here. The justice coming in. This is like a financial justice. Maybe some of you are going to be granted alimony in your divorce. Maybe an inheritance from a family member. Maybe some retroactive shiz-diz that's been going on with, you know, a job where you were downsized or whatever else. Who even knows? Maybe you just got to win the lottery. But there does really seem to be more of a justice element of things lost being returned to you. Maybe from 4 years ago, maybe from the last hard year that you invested a lot and saw very little return. Let's see what this hold on and hold up is about for you, Sagittarius. You ready to get some return, my friend? I hope so for you too. That's interesting because this is what's here. Two of Cups. Didn't want to move about the Two of Cups. And what it did is it dislodged the Hangman and the Judgment. Some of you feeling like that you're just destined to live your life alone. And this isn't just the love of the person scrubbing their tongue up in your mouth like a dentist. No, we're talking about in a lot of situations, relationships, period, two-way streets, things that should be of a reward and a benefit to you, where there was a lot of giving and giving and giving. Like your reading recently talked about having had more than your fair share of the fuggery. You know, that's what it is. It's like, oh, put it on your card, put it on your tab. Oops, I forgot my wallet. Oops, I forgot my purse. Oops, I forgot my this. Oops, I forgot my whatever. Oops, 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 oops. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. You know, we really appreciate you. We really thank you. But look, doesn't matter that it puts you in a bind. It just matters that this is what they're looking at. So what they're really seeing is your resiliency. They're seeing your temperance. They're seeing that you tolerate and you take a lot. So Judgment's here to blow a new horn and going, new idea. Not that I'll never give you more than you can handle. It's like, do you really desire all that you're taking? It's kind of like if you're at a Waffle House. How many times are you going to let them fill up the coffee cup and drink it out of obligation? If you've had enough, you're like, I'm good. Whose feathers are you ruffling by saying that? I've had enough, I'm good. No, I'm not going to pay for it. No, I'm not coming along. No, that's not what I'd like to do. I've got other ideas. I've got other plans. Even if I have to go alone, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. This Two of Cups, it turned it upside down, friends. But still, that's the incoming love, but it's coming into the wrong end. Okay. So it's coming into the wrong end. This is upending your love. Because see here, that's the bottom of the chalice. This is the larger vessel. That's like only like a little thimble. And so it can't fit. It's not coming in and satisfying and filling you up. So just the idea in Epiphany of putting yourself first, filling your own cup, finding the delights and the glory in yourself, journeying, venturing. Yeah. Lots of notes of love, lover, relationships, things like that. That maybe it's that you lose yourself in people. Sagittarius can have a lot of muted energy of becoming the chameleon, of using their fire to be the spotlight on other people's lives, to be this, to cause things to shine, to be beautiful, to be thought more highly of. Like you're someone that if you speak your recommendation, other people are like, well, Sagittarius said that this is a good company. Maybe that's the one we ought to go with. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a little bit of reservation here. It's not about holding your breath. It's about holding your words. Holding your words for a minute, because look at what's at the split. The Lovers and the Star, but there's something going on here. I see you. I'm going to call you out. What is going on behind the Lovers? The Eight of Coins. You've been building a whole different identity. You're someone that truth, your self, your life, your station, your position where you're at right now is more ready to flourish in the business sector, in the financial sector, which is a form of a relationship with yourself. And it would make sense because it seems that so many of your resources, money, your love, time, and energy have been bleeding out in these other ways, these unnatural ways, that you can't get the justified return. Because see, over here, it's not about these right now. It's not about family. It's about you. It's about you, Sagittarius, being restored from the massive amount of investment that you've done. And you didn't just do it for a minute. Some of you might have been doing it for 2 decades. Some of you a lifetime. But the neat thing is that point in time is changing now. That's the revelation that they have going on here. The 7-pointed sun, the return to your shine, the power and the passion, the purpose that drive you. What drives you, Sagittarius? What wakes you? What gets you excited? What soothes you? What comforts you? What makes you feel physically good? Those are things to be looking at here. And that's why we're wanting to get into the prosperity and flourishing, because there's a large note of physical recovery being required. And I hear you saying, if I had the money, I wouldn't mind putting the money to it. It's not a matter of me being willing. If y'all saw me, I'm having to hold all this. Me being willing to get some self-care, me being willing to invest and put it into myself. But I need to know that my needs are taken care of, my needs are met. You know, that it's not just this blasé thing that I'm going through the rites and the rituals and whatever else, but it doesn't make this feel any different. You know, let's talk about this as your feelings then. Not another person, but the feeling loved by life, feeling that return, feeling the tissues being restored, feeling like the improvements in your vehicle or your sleeping situation, your housing situation coming along, okay? Some of you may want to check out Scorpio. There was a housing issue in there, and we did some prayer energy for it. But being able to come out of more of the desolate or the destitute or the despair, okay? The reducing down and getting into the voluminous, the overflow, the expansion, the naturalness. Like you hold your breath out long enough, eventually it's just going to go, right? It's going to return to your chest in full volume, in full measure. I love that for you. And that's what's going on here. That's this idea of love, of refurbishing yourself, taking care of a few things that haven't been taken care of in un momento, my friend. It's time to remember yourself. Put that power of investment in you, the self-care into you, connections that are good to you, people who look to offer you things. Now, that's not why you go after them. No, it's talking about having the epiphany and the realization of things around you that are fulfilling. Not just the group that just gets together for whatever. I mean, there was this, you could say it was an accountability group, but as people had been through this certain retreat about, you know, living this life at the front edge of feeling spirit working and recognizing it in your life and growing and developing in your spiritual walk. So they get together every week, and I was the baby in the group. This is way back in the day. I'm in my 20s, and they're in their 40s and 50s, and that felt all too natural for me, friends. But the point is, I had a couple of years where my younger son had every form of sleep apnea, so no one would babysit. I mean, it was like my responsibility to keep him breathing and alive. But there came one night, they was like, okay, we're going to watch them. So you can go to this hour and a half group where you get together and see your old friends. Well, here I am a couple of years later, and we go around the circle and sharing what experience we're having, where we're seeing God working, where we're spiritually growing, where we're trusting, where our prayer life, all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, they were saying the exact same things that they had said 2 years before. It is as if I had not even left. And here I'd had this radically transformed life. I mean, like, there wasn't salvation for him yet. I was surviving by hanging on by a thread, you know, getting up 10 to 15 times during the night with this alarm screaming to go shake my baby and make him come back to life and start breathing again. You know, and so it was really strange to see that warm pot, that casino room, that staying the same, that lazily comfortable. Maybe that is what slothdom really is. In Percy Jackson Lightning Thief, they go in the casino, and after a while they realize don't eat the hors d'oeuvres, they're being offered for free. Oh, here, while you're playing, here, enjoy this food, enjoy this whatever, but it puts a spell on you and it keeps you there. And you see these people that have been there for decades, not ever knowing that time is passing by, right? Just like in Dorothy, when they go through the field of poppies, you just fall asleep on your journey on your way there and you forget all about why you came. Why you came. You are here to enjoy your life. You're here to have your cup overflowing like a fountain, friend, because this cup is you. It's not something that you put your mouth to and drink. No, it is you. It is this everlasting fountain of life. It's what they call the fountain of youth. So let's get in here. These old guys saw a little bit of moisture. I'm like, they're like, okay, the world card. It's like that's your new card, friend. No longer the temperance. It's like the world is your oyster. You've been tempering and holding back for so long, taking more than your desire, more than your fair share. Because you're like, I didn't want any more coffee. And everybody's like, well, I wish I had some. I wish it went. So you need to enjoy that. You need to appreciate. You need to whatever. If we're going up to a buffet.com and you're going to get some food on your plate, are you about to listen to everybody else's info? No, you're going to put on your plate what you want to try and what you love to taste, right? And if you start trying something and it's not your flavor, you're like, and you scooch it over to the side, but you don't have to finish that. Just like in tarot, you don't have to go from the 5 of Wands to the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands to phase out. No, that's why it starts with the ace. They always start with the ace. You, the viewer, the power of your permission to be like, got it, got it. I don't have lessons to learn. I don't have to earn. I don't have to prove. I don't have to deserve. Peace out. It is about me. I'm going to nurture and nourish me, that when things start to feel off balance or out of whack, it's not your job to temper it and to always fix it and bring it into balance. That's why you can often be seen as that shapeshifter, the one who takes on the forms and the ideas of those around you so that their world can feel loving and special and meaningful and kind. You see what I'm saying? Your world's not at conflict with them, but the focus is you, my friend. You are your business. You are your business. Ooh, 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and 7 of Cups. And they're saying, we're in the money. We're in the money. And you're like, sweet life abounding, my friend. You're like, how could that be? Well, because cups, that's the new money, my friend. That is the new currency. Creativity, satisfaction, fulfillment, lusciousness, overflow, the fountain of youth, the fountain of life, the limitlessness is flowing all through here. Can you see that? And you have some birds of a feather, and that doesn't mean that you have to look alike, think alike, or anything. It's people whose energies are complementary to each other. Like my mom, I'm hoping she comes down to visit, because we're people who just naturally like to be happy. And we have no need to rain on anyone else's parade. And being just very creative, nature-loving people, it just sort of happens like that. So when that gets together, it just sort of facilitates and abounds. Even though she's got the very clear imagination, I have the strong hearing. And so we put it together. It makes quite a mix, doesn't it? That's what we're talking about here, and things begin to spring up and flourish and abound. And this is like a garden of nature, like a garden of Eden, something that was planted long, long ago, and planned long before you knew it. And it's here for you to enjoy. It's also yours. See those golden cups on here, friend? Yeah, these are your golden cups. Some of you, that could be ideas, not just people, so don't be pushing them off in that outer round. That little head at the end went, that's me. I've got such a great idea. I'm the pinky. I made a promise to myself. That I would do this one ballsy or gutsy thing, this Eleanor Roosevelt, about doing the hard things that you think you cannot. You must do them, right? Because if you're continuing to think about them and they're there, they need to come to a conclusion, a resolve, a connection point, whatever. At some point they need to be addressed. Does that make sense? And this is what's needing to be addressed here. The value of who you are. The value of your cup. Not being half full or half empty. The fact that you the fountain and you the cup. You can imbibe, job, have fun whenever you wish, whenever you desire. That there is no lack in you. There is no lack. That you don't have to keep trying these other things. You're not the great garbage collector of the sea. You are unique and divine. You have your own path to follow. You are a genie and a genius. Your imagination has creation power, life to it, that what you wish, what you desire, what you look upon, and what you feel connected to does come true. And look at that heart. It just goes poop right up here at you, and your vagal nerve starts to thank you, my friend. There have been some challenges here for a long, hard minute. They're saying take a bow. They're saying bow down to the quick change. 1515, my friend. The power is right here, right now. Van Halen is your tomorrow. Right now, Sammy Hagar. It's everything. Right now is the magic moment. Do it right here, now. Right now. This means everything. The little lizard's going. It means everything. You miss a beat, you lose the rhythm. Let it come on in. Some of you dance this thing, and what I know when we dance, if you miss a step, like I would tell them sometimes, because I was new, right? And the guys would try to stop right then and start to show me how to pick back up. And I'm like, no. If I miss it, just keep going. If I miss it, just keep going, because my mind, the wheel's already turning forward, looking for the feel of where I can jump back on, catch back up, get on the merry-go-round. And it takes way less time than trying to stop and address. Stop and address. Ain't none to dress but yourself, my friend. Be dressed for success. Paint your world. Craft and create your world. Color your world, my friend, with love. Color it with love. There's no death here. There's no hard endings. There's only happy endings coming on in. Cosmic brew for you. Cosmic brew. Who are you, Sagittarius? I love that. I'm excited. Y'all like the little head? These chairs sit so far back. No, I had to sneak a little bit out here because, you know, what the weather was doing with the hurricane and all that. I just needed to get to where there wasn't any wind. So anyways, would you do me a favor, please, and tap that like button before you go? And if you like this, jump on my channel and subscribe to it. I'd love to have you here, and look forward to chatting with you in the comments down below. I love you guys. Bye.